So there's another part of inequalities that we have not discussed, and that is actually compound inequalities. Compound inequalities. So with compound inequalities, we're actually combining two inequalities with either the word and or the word or. So these are the two options that we actually have for combining inequalities using compound inequalities, and or. So the first one that I want to look at are and in compound inequalities. So and compound inequalities. So say we're given a problem that reads 7 is less than 2x plus 1 and 3x is less than or equal to 18. All right, so now we have two inequalities joined by this word and. Now what does this word and mean? Well, what it means is that for you to have an actual solution for x, for the values of x that you're actually trying to discover, x must be true for the first inequality and the second inequality. So they must overlap in some way. So that's what we know already, that they must overlap in some way. So the best way that we're going to be able to figure this out is by actually graphing it on a number line. So first let's simplify these. 7 is less than 2x plus 1. We can simplify this by subtracting 1 from both sides. And that gives us 6 is less than 2x. And then dividing by 2. And that leaves us with 3 is less than x. Okay? And then we can simplify this just in one step actually by dividing by 3 on both sides. And then you're left with x is less than or equal to 6. And then these are still joined by the word and. Okay, so these are our two inequalities that we need to graph. And we're going to set those up right now. So let's grab a line tool and make a quick line graph here. And I'm going to make the 0 over here. So here's our 0. This line actually goes on for infinity in both directions. And then I'm going to start making some tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we can even go negative just to show. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so let's start with 3 is less than x. So we know that this is actually a less than sign, so there must be an open circle around the 3 for this. So there's going to be an open circle around the 3. And then 3 is less than x, which means x is everything greater than 3. So in this case, we're going to be shading everything above 3 for this, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. I just want to keep that in my mind, and then I'm going to look at this inequality we have over here as well. So now we have the inequality x is less than or equal to 6. Well, less than or equal to, that would be a closed circle. So I'm going to fill that in. And With the closed circle, now we have x values, everything that must be less than or equal to 6. So we've already drawn the or equal to's part by filling in the circle, but we have not drawn the less than part. Well, where they overlap, and remember we were speaking a moment ago about they have to overlap in some way. Where they overlap because of this and word, that's when we want to know. We want to know when this and this overlap is between this 3 and the 6, but including the 6 because of this or equals sign, and not including the 3 because of this less than sign. So what we're actually going to do is we can fill in this area between the 3 and the 6, and there we are. We have our graph of our inequality. So that was an and statement, but we can actually continue on from there. And the other thing that we are going to look at is an or statement. I've ran out of space on this page here, so I'm going to place that in a new video.